Hi, it's Miss Meditate. Happy Leo season. I got the Leo memo. We're working with the yellow and the power and the light and the lioness energy. Here we go, world, and the fire energy. New candle, new season, new fire element within and without. So, last night I spoke about I will do a meditation to bring us deeply more into alignment. However, I have realised that there's just far too much to talk about to do a reading and a meditation. So what I've decided to do is, if you're ready for this alliteration, I do like a bit of alliteration in my life. So here we go. What I've decided is I'm going to do a Miss Meditate midweek meditation. Did you get all that? Miss Meditate midweek meditation. So on a Wednesday night, I'm going to do its own separate meditation alongside the reading. So the readings and the normal life chat and rituals and ways to work with the goddess energy, I will post still on Instagram and TikTok. But on a Wednesday night, I will also do a standalone meditation linked with the goddess that we're working with that week, linked with the crystal that we're working with that week, linked with any energies that are coming up within the astrology of that week, and that will be on my YouTube. So if you go into my YouTube after this video at Miss Meditate, so @ Miss Meditate on YouTube, and our meditation is there for you to bring us back into alignment. So I hope you're cosy in your jammies, curried in, and put that on tonight on my YouTube channel, and hopefully that will help reset, realign, and help with a rest and good night's sleep. So Wednesday nights now, the YouTube channel will have the meditation for the week. So thank you. So yes, there's just far too much to talk about. Leo season. Here we go. The Leo, the lion, the lioness energy. Here, the fire energy. Time to shine in the world. Time to say, here I am, world. I have went within during Cancer season into that wee fleshy insides of the crab, and now it's time, because we've met our heart and what our heart's whispers is calling us, and now it's time to follow that heart, let that heart lead, and that's lion-heartedness, and that's Leo energy. And if we think about the lion in the Wizard of Oz, who had all the courage, all the bravery, all the strength, but just didn't know it, and was waiting for a wee scroll for somebody else to sign it and say, there you go, there's your power, there's your bravery, there's your courage, and then realised he had it within the whole time. And that's very much Leo energy. And Leo is playful energy as well, like that playful lion cub. It's a time to have a bit of fun with what we're wanting to grow in the world with, following our hearts. It doesn't need to be all the seriousness and the action plan and I need to do this and that and this. That. We just know that we've got the fire within now, and beginning to breathe that out into the world, beginning to ignite and alight that energy and power and love that's within this heart, and bringing it out into the world around us. And if you've read my book, and if you haven't, you can download it for free on my website, missmeditate.co.uk, and you can download it in PDF for free. And within my book, you will learn that I love glitter paths. And if you know what that is, when you stand at the water at the beach and the light of the sun radiates on top of the water and creates a path towards you of glitter and sparkles, the most beautiful, breathtaking thing to see and experience and stand beside and breathe in. But on a deeper level, a glitter path is where movement of the water makes the fire of the sun, where the movement of the water energy and the flow meets the fire of the sun, where movement and fire meet together as one. And isn't that beautiful? And isn't that powerful? And isn't that right now? That we've just met the waters and the movement of the emotions and the wisdom within. And now with the light of the fire and the light of the sun and that element, it's now time to bring that out in the world. So igniting our sparkles, igniting our light, following our heart and letting that lead the path, creating our own glitter path from our own hearts, from that wisdom of the waters within, which is the title of my book, Wisdom at Water. The wisdoms of the water, wisdoms at water, and allowing the light to ignite in the life force energy of the sun to breathe that out and create a light of a path to follow. And there's our path that we're wanting to open up and follow and lead by listening to the whispers of this beautiful heart within, and then allowing the action and the light and the energy to flow from that. Leo season, baby, here we are. It's sunshine, it's power, it's light, it's playfulness, it's following our hearts, it's freedom of the heart's whispers that knows the true wisdom within. And working with Leo energy, the crystals that I love to use are citrine, yellow, golden, power. If you charge up your citrine crystals under the sun, fire energy. There's that power. If we need a little bit of confidence with us, can we bring a citrine crystal? Maybe there's a sign for a Christine out there. If it's a Christine, that was for you. Or if you know of a Christine, give her a wee call, because that was a sign for a Christine somewhere. Citrine crystal, that was trying to say the two words together. Carrying one with us, and that gives us that instant boost of power at our solar plexus. If we think about that word solar plexus, solar like the sun, our inner sun, our inner power, our inner life force energy. When we allow that to be expressed and risen and meeting our hearts that's saying this is the way, they were breathing that power that's been breathed up in our hearts and breathing it out into the world, giving it life force energy, giving it light, giving it power, giving it strength, giving it courage. And in the same process, there we see our power, our light, our courage, our bravery, our trusting and following our hearts. And if that's not brave, what could be more brave than that? And listening to the whispers within and not allowing the mind with all the 101 reasons of, do you remember 4 years ago on Friday, this happened and it didn't work, so that's what's going to happen again. We're not listening to that. We're saying, oh, I've got the power. Again, I was going to burst into song, but I'm not going to. But you know what song I mean. That power, I have got that power, I have got that strength, I have got that confidence. I will shine out what's in my heart, because it's in my heart for a reason. Our hearts whispers and soul whispers all look different to every one of us, and that's because yours is truly for you. And when we're brave enough to take that tiny action step towards that, creating it in the world, breathing it out into the world, giving it life force energy into the world, the path and the way opens, because it's in there for a reason. And we've spoke about Goddess Mat, weighing up our hearts, light as a feather. Have you seen your bird sign? I've seen about 500 million. Have you? I would love to hear. And maybe tomorrow we could look for a feather. Now, whether you believe in angels, you don't need to believe, but when you ask for a sign, a specific sign like that, and then you're open, is it there on your path for you? Is that a divine connection? And remember, when you do see a sign, take a sacred pause, take a breath, feel your heart that's breathing and beating for you, feel your breath that's breathing for you, and that connection, a sacred pause of, in this moment, I'm on the right divine path, because I've been shown that this is the way in some way. So you may want to ask for a feather, you may want to look for wings, and wings could be anything, insects, planes, whatever comes to mind, whatever feels like to you, when we say, okay, this is my sign for today, and I'm going to look with my heart. Remember, our sense we're working with this week is sight, and I'm going to see from my heart. I'm going to truly look. I'm going to be present and looking, that I'm not in this mind with making mental stories while I'm walking, thinking of that past, thinking of that future, away back in that 4 years ago on Friday, being present, being still and being open. And there's a receptiveness, and then there's a space, and there's a sacred space of both openings. So let's do one of Rebecca Campbell's beautiful inner temple cards, because we've been within the inner temple, and time to Leo energy, shine that light out. That's that torch within that's wanting to shine and say, this is the way, this power that's in me, this what's rising has been rising up to my heart and saying this is the way. Then it's time to shine that out in a fun and enjoyable and playful experience way. So what do we need to know right here, right now, with what our heart is whispering and calling and telling us? 2, life force. Just said the words. And the masks we wear. Look how beautiful the cards are. Life force and the masks we wear. One of the words has been authenticity, being truly authentic, taking that mask off. It's Leo time, it's time to go right into that heart and say, here it is, here I am, this is me. Again, another song, but taking off all the heavy roles that we play and the different masks we wear in different situations and experiences. And it's like, who is the true heart soul underneath there that doesn't waver, that doesn't change, that doesn't react and respond in different ways and needs for others and different. Who are you at your heart core self? And truly living and breathing that, because that's who you are, that beautiful soul who is underneath all these stories, coming back home, taking off, dropping all that heavy mask. We spoke about the heaviness to the lightness to the caterpillar, all that heaviness, dumped it down with all the legs and boots and said, I've had enough of this, it's too heavy, setting it down, and then it's into the cocoon, and there's the wings. So it's time to the lightness of releasing all the heaviness of the stories, of the roles, of the responsibilities, and saying underneath all of that, when I'm not playing a role or a character, and the word identity, there's a word for tonight. The word identity, you know I love a word, and within that word identity, there's an entity with an ID. ID, entity. This wee entity with this wee ID. And how many people have given you that ID of this is who you are, this is who I expect you to be, this is your ID that we're given, and how that ID dissolves and disintegrates when we say, well, who am I? I'm my own life force energy. This power within that is my life force, that is the sun, that is our inner sunshine. Who am I underneath all that? And what is my identity now? Because I'm not who I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Because all the experiences have shaped and changed me and allowed me to either put more armour on or release it off, the masks off, to see the power and the strength that was underneath always. Follow this life force energy, because this is the power, this is the fire, this is the Leo, this is the light, this is the truth, this is who you truly are, and this is the true identity of this wee entity in here, this power, this citrine energy, this solar strength and brave-hearted lion, and coming back home to that heart, that power within that knows the answer, because you know, and it knows. And when you return back home to that, that's living the true life force power. Release the masks, enjoy the meditation, and time for alignment and power and light. Love, love, love.